Our guest speaker is Trevor Burgess. The power of pen. The power of pen. Trevor Burgess.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. Someone once said, the pen is mightier than a sword. Do you know why? It's because upon this pillar rests all of civilization. It is fair to say that real civilization did not exist until this writing instrument, this writing came into existence. After that, people could write down their thoughts and feelings, their beliefs, and pass it down to prosperity. A perfect example of this is the Bible. I don't believe there's any one of us here who hasn't been touched either directly or indirectly by this book. Another perfect example of writing is the Communist Manifesto. Whether you agree with this book or not is not the issue. The issue is that it has touched the lives of countless people. Then, of course, there is this book. What's so special about this book? I wrote it, and that's what's special. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'd like to inspire you all to be writers, just like the writers of this book, and even this book. Some people think it's difficult to write and very difficult to publish and stuff. It's not. All you need to do is to have passion. For instance, you might talk about things that you like backwaters of Washington, or if you like food, talk about food lovers. How many of you have actually written a book? Can you raise your hand and talk? Mention it? Just raise your hand. See? Wasn't that nice to actually write down your thoughts and feelings? And sometimes, one of the things about writing is not about having it published to anything. It's about expressing yourself. Writing allows you to be more creative in your thinking and everything else. It's also a way to be used as a stress reliever. For instance, right now I'm writing a book called A Conquest of Dragons. It's about this 16-year-old boy who has just entered wizard school. And one of the things he's really excited about becoming a wizard, just like Harry Potter. One of the things he wants to do is get a girlfriend. There's only one problem with getting a girlfriend for him. Every single girl he has ever approached accuses him of being a 10-year-old boy, and he has absolutely no idea why. Later on you'd find out, but that's a different story. The good news is eventually he gets married to a beautiful princess, but not before he turns into a sludge monster and terrorizes the country. One of the publishing, many people think, is about going through big houses and stuff. But there are many places on the internet where you can actually publish yourself. You just give them the manuscript and then they create a book for you. I have a little handout where you can actually see it, the website. And if anyone's interested, they can actually download this book in this thing. There's also another thing I like doing is expressing myself through Twitter. Twitter is a useful thing because one way is to express yourself, communicate to other people. Another, we use Twitter for what I do is to write down little thoughts and feelings that pop into my mind. Anything that pops into your mind, I write down. The good thing about writing is that it allows you to help express, I think it allows you to help do speeches more effectively. And sometimes when you writing for speeches also, there's only one problem with that, is that sometimes you have too many things to talk about and you can't decide what to talk about. And there's one dark side about writing. It's very addictive. Sometimes it's so addictive that you think about only writing instead of doing something else. But all in all, I think every one of us should write. Mr. Toastmaster?